Have you ever thought, what should I do to leave a legacy that benefits my children? Reaching a certain age brings many reflections, especially about what we leave to the people we love most. But there is an important question that many of us often don't ask. What should I never leave my children after 70? You might think that, at your age, all that matters is leaving something material, a house, money, assets. However, what we leave to our children goes beyond what we can touch or see. There are mistakes we can avoid, decisions that can make a huge difference in their lives, even if we don't always realize it. In today's video, I want to talk to you about 8 things you should avoid giving to your children when you reach the age of 70. These are not material possessions, but attitudes, behaviors, and decisions that, if passed on, can cause more harm than good. Yes, it's hard to talk about, but the truth is that these choices could truly change your children's lives, even if we don't see it right away. The first mistake to avoid is giving full control of your finances without thinking of the consequences. It's understandable to want to leave your children everything you've earned with hard work. But when you reach old age, you need to be extremely cautious about how you manage your finances. Don't give them total responsibility for your money without having planned a clear strategy together. Financial management is serious, and without the right preparation, it could lead to wrong decisions that harm not only you but them as well. Be careful not to transfer control without defining rules and responsibilities together. Don't let the desire to help your children become a source of conflict or stress. Plan with them and the right professionals to avoid problems in the future. The second mistake is never talking openly about your health. Many parents avoid discussing their health issues, thinking that their children are not ready to face them or that they don't want to burden them. But the problem is that ignoring the situation doesn't make it go away. Don't pass on the weight of your health to your children without discussing it beforehand. If you need assistance or fear, you may no longer be able to take care of yourself. Talk about it openly. Let your children be aware of your needs and concerns so they can make informed decisions if and when necessary. Don't risk your well-being or the peace of your family. Communication is key to avoid leaving unexpected situations for your children to deal with. The third mistake is prolonging toxic relationships without thinking about the impact on you and your children. At a certain age, it's easy to feel bound to family relationships or people who no longer do us good, but whom we continue to maintain out of habit. This can involve relationships with friends, relatives, or even our partner. Don't let your fears stop you from freeing yourself from relationships that harm you, especially if those people have a negative impact on your emotional and physical health. It's never too late to clarify things. Your children may not immediately understand why you want to distance yourself from someone, but don't let your happiness be compromised for someone else. Free yourself from those who do not do you good and show your children that true freedom is taking care of yourself. The fourth mistake is not preparing for the future and leaving everything to chance. Uncertainty about the future is one of the most delicate issues to face, but the reality is that without proper planning, everything you've built can easily be called into question. We're talking about wills, insurance, long-term care, and estate planning. Don't wait for things to slip out of your hands. Plan and organize in advance so your children won't be forced to make tough decisions without the necessary information. Prepare to leave them a more peaceful future without them having to carry the burden of difficult choices in vulnerable moments. Let your love for them also translate into a plan that protects their well-being. The fifth mistake is passing on fears and insecurities. Every generation has its challenges, and with age often comes the fear of not measuring up or not being able to maintain a certain level of independence. However, don't pass your insecurities on to your children. Instead of talking to them about your worries, try to instill in them a mindset of strength and confidence for the future. Don't let your fears become a burden to them as well. Teach them that, despite difficulties, life always offers opportunities for growth and change. Your strength, your resilience, can be the best legacy you leave them. The sixth mistake is not respecting your children's boundaries. At a certain point, you may feel tempted to always be close to your children, to help them at every moment. However, it's crucial that you also respect their space and boundaries. Don't be intrusive in their lives. If you're always present, if you don't let them live their own experiences, you risk overwhelming them and making them unable to face their own challenges. Instead of imposing your decisions or views, offer them the support and love they need without infringing on their autonomy. Make sure they know you'll always be there for them, but that you also respect their space and independence. The seventh mistake is not leaving enough room for joy and life experiences. When you reach a certain age, it's easy to feel like the best has already passed. But the reality is that life doesn't end at 70. Don't limit yourself to living only for the past or for what you've built. Teach your children that life is made up of new experience, joy, and discovery, and that every day is an opportunity to live intensely. Don't let nostalgia and regrets take over. Instead, try to live fully, enjoying every moment with gratitude and hope. Your children will see your positive energy and be inspired to live with the same spirit. The eighth mistake is not letting them go. Growing up also means accepting that children have their own lives. It's difficult, but necessary. It's not about losing them, but about giving them the freedom to be who they need to be. Don't try to keep them tied to you. Give them the courage to fly. Realize that the best gift you can give your children is their independence. In conclusion, transitioning to a new phase of life is an opportunity to reflect on what really matters and to avoid mistakes that could impact your children's future. Protect them, but also yourself. Remember, the most important thing you can leave them is a legacy of love, respect, and trust, not burdens or fears.